Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are? Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember? Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured, or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know? Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you. All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen. You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al... What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me. Great. So you're ready to go look for Al? My hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth. Whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina? What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine? No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here. We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March? It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the Empire are you from, exactly? CE? No idea what you're talking about. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine. Not laws, law. There's just one, the Golden Rule. And the punishment for breaking it's... well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming? Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the Forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, Consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away. An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries. Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric? You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that. Of course, what else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well. On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm. Of course. But with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands. Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion. Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you? $2,000? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us, of this city? Lie all you want, but I see the truth in your eyes. Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot. Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better. Ah, good. So, are you with me? Wonderful. I authorize you to enter private home, figure out who the culprit is. Oh, and I heard wailing. You've returned. Ask them. If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that if you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. Good. Thank you. If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here. Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want? I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that? Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation? You know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful... Did you hear that? Curse you! What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought. I'm telling you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving. I suppose we will. I trust you can see yourself out. Oh,
You've returned. Do you... Ask then. Good.
On your best behavior, I trust?
A new face. Alve. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priest. The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change. Put simply, I tend to the temples, ensure their sanctity is preserved. Why? So that we continue to honor our gods, invite their blessings, and not bring their wrath down upon us, of course. It's vital that we keep them appeased and remain in their good graces. You really don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is? Excellent. I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military but here it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather wonderful. It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go from door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon lived. Now, the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay. Immediately, the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Baucis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic. Realizing only a select few possess such powers, says to her husband, Philemon, "I think these men are gods in disguise." Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine, and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves to be Jupiter, the king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, "You have passed our test, but everyone else in this city failed, so we are going to destroy this place and everyone in it, except you, who we will grant a wish." So old Baucis and Philemon escape up into the mountains safely, and they receive their wish, which is for eternity together. Meanwhile, Jupiter carries through with his threat and wipes that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves. A cynic philosopher might take that view, but it's not entirely invalid, I suppose. See you again soon. Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Any news about Scintilla, Nimbria, or Cravash?
No sign of any of them, I'm afraid.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally, I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out. Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll... May Apollo keep you safe.
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings. I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail? Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps? My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum. You mean to say With all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule, and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all? I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree? Anything you like. Ah, yes. Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth, so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks, and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands, until at last the other gods were forced to act, lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this. If we are to survive, I say we must each keep the same. Avoid doing what you would. Regrettably, for even if 99%, sadly, no matter how well we protect. But on. For all their grim and haunt. I hope.
Salve. Salve, stranger, and welcome. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia. Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable... That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it with... Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it. Hear what? You sure you're feeling all... She claimed the statue was a whispering to her. Nobody else, but I digress. Do you want this Sylphium? Well, if you did that... Do you think I don't know a bluff when I see one? Nice try. Very well. Very well.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh, and since you... Just attach the pulley to the rope, and if it doesn't work, worst thing, but don't worry, it's all right.
She needs the resin. What? Yulia? Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle? But how could you know she needed this exact medicine? You just saved a person's life. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her. And who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black. In the meantime, I'm happy. I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let... Well, she used to run the clinic until she suddenly lost all interest in... This changes everything. The last time I saw her, and then she shut herself in the back. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either... But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the... One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed, and he's in constant pain. I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. He's become so irritable that the smallest thing set him... I just know Nevia would know how to treat him. Really? That would be wonderful.
Oh, was there something you wanted? As much as I'm grateful that you tried... The golden rule. Please, just leave me alone. Just... All right. I'd been here about a week. When it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe, and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out, I would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did. I had to sign an agreement, saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years. But I figured I'd be out of here so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was? Hemlock. Drink this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time. Of course, I demanded my money back, but she refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware." Then she just looked at me with those cruel black eyes, and she laughed. She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only, he didn't seem upset or surprised at all. In fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning. That's what I said to the magistrate. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for that. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the golden rule. And I couldn't be responsible for all those. He locked me in his villa. Confiscated everything His wife, Claudia, was just as bad. I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours. Only for her to pour those two took everything from me. But they forgot my hemlock. I just wanted it to be over. I brought it on myself. When I've recovered, I expect only this time. Honestly, I doubt it. It's at least until someone... A lot. He's in exactly the same position as I am. He's probably already thrown... If so, I'd never be able... I doubt you could make it up to the... I don't know who you are.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule. Thank you. I have to hop. What? Ugh. The shrine is collapsing!
I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself, so if you tell me the truth, I will allow you. Is that understood? Thank you. Now tell me, who are... A small community. I was told Quintius was a cultist, but I never... Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care. Always sneaking off to your secret. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up at... You say that, but if you're not a so you admit you're not allowed to... Threatening me is not... That sounds an awful... And I saw the inscription saying, the many... You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get a... You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me. Of course you'd say that. It's all clear to me. What baffles me, however, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quintius is. Do not waste it. Very well, here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue. He's also known to have... The Emperor says he and his cult... Who are you to challenge what the Emperor says? This is your last... Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words? Aha, I knew it. Now it's might. Once I'm done with you, and I can think of
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you... Oh. Yulia. question. No time to explain. I'm supposed to give you the Sylphium resin for Yulia.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there.
That's the idea.
What? Why?
Why do you think?
I know things are hard for you right now. Please, please just think this through. If you do...
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through...
If you're trying to make... Let me guess. You're not going to trick me. I'm no coward. I intend to go through with it. Like what? I'm stuck slaving away for that Culus Cumulatis for the rest of my life. What do I have to live for? You're just saying that to buy time. You must think I'm an idiot. I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love, I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! I can't believe he went through with it. That was not your fault. There's no way you could have given... I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess, and I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Yes, thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored to be elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. And no more shall you breathe because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. Yes, remember my first act. My first act as magistrate. I hereby day of celebration marked in Ovenir. Yes.
Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extremely reckless or impressively clever. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me? I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today. I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny. By declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule, it's a children's fable exploited by Sentius to frighten us into submission. Wait, don't tell me you've fallen victim to that monstrous lie? The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Can you prove the Golden Rule is real? Nonsense! There's no way you can prove that. If it was real and you'd seen someone break it, then you'd be dead already. I disagree. I'll be guided by what is best for the city's people, and that means giving them the freedom to do as they wish. What? Oh, I see what's happening here. Another poor, vulnerable soul taken in by Sentius's machinations. He won't get away with this much longer. Surely, you're not one of those people who believes everything you read. True? I trust you can see through the...
Dionysius.
Through the door this time? There's a key just beside it.
Oi! Hey, Horatius.
Salve, friend. Here, in this place, the magistrate has me owning my keep. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community. Oh, much the same way as many of the others. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed I woke up by the river. Oh, that's all right. Oh, yes, of course. A slip of the tongue. If you like. Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here. Things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last... Oh, thank you. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbors, on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil, and that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin? You don't think that's innocent men and women torn apart? Oh.
How'd you do? Salve. You mean how did I All right. Mostly sculptures, but had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Look, see, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. So I gather my coins, and all the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it. But the captain's happy to take my coin. So no, too heavy. The girl? Weren't you? I mean, I can always buy a new... And in one swift motion, she No, I dived in after it. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something. When I came to, I'd washed up on the river. I couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the... Very well. Hey, Virgil. How much would you want to make me a bow?
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Making you a bow.
Ave. A new face. Ave. And may Vesta watch her. It must be. It'll be between. Why do you... All of the males sit... Well, but if it's any consolation... Are you... So... See... I... See...
You're not supposed talk. What business could you possibly... My marital affairs are no concern of yours. I think a better question is, I have quite enough marriage trouble already. I think, preferably the... This is outrageous.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
You...
The 49 Belladine.
What I'm thinking is that we can...
Is fetch a game with incessant...
Full disclosure, I have played this before, but it's an amazing game, and I don't remember everything. So...
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
But I do want to say that... I'm thinking that maybe... money and save this guy from jumping. And like tell him that, like, we might be able to tell him that, okay, we have the money, so don't worry about it. That's what I'm thinking. So I just wanted to give her two for filming. I truly do appreciate it.
Welcome to
Octavia.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no.
Yes, Octavia.
Oh, P.S. What?
That...
What?
Why do you...
Please.
I'm sorry, but...
Please, help him.
You... Well, you don't If I backed... Oh, but we're still in debt. Yulia and I are... So... Really? You'd... It seems today... we are both blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed.
I'm gonna take
Thank you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back. I'll go and take care of things with...
Welcome.
And now Malleolus is going to... Wait. Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
The newcomer arranged it somehow.
Really? That's... incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back, and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will. Sorry, was there something you mean? Oh, it was a Weema, but they found my employer told me to. I remember. Thank. Oh, I mean, I've seen they've got. If that's your.
Welcome. Feeling all right? Oh, no. There what? But that. Where until the last, and then she's been. But I one of. He's big. I just.
Ah, and I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. I'm glad you arrived when you did. Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company. Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed, so I hid who I was for. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living, needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the... Nice of you to say. In any case, the Romans are, or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong. The strange thing is, I keep my person. I've never really been interested in any of them. If I had to get... Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he, if there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hide. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating... What? Really? I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd someone who lives or works in the forum, but if you find them, please don't come back and...
Salve, stranger. I don't, I'm afraid. She was headed to the baths not long ago. Very well.
Help! Are you going to... I have to... What?
Thank you for your service.
I was gonna say, I'm curious. But I see that I got my answer.
Shh, I'm hiding.
What do you mean?
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
And... Oh... Well, I'm an architect. Help out, but you... Oh, I'm glad you asked. But there's one thing that puzzles me. Well, yeah. Or it could mean that they were... Who really built this? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
On your best behavior, I trust?
Fresh meat, huh?
Thank you. Thank you. I am excited and deeply.
Domitius doesn't. I.
I'm not. This is outrageous. Do I need to call Domitius?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
So? You...
Handsome. Oh, you're here. And, I hope I'm not... There's a light in your eyes I've never seen. Oh, I see. You prefer the company of men. I take... Let's just forget that ever happened. So... Certainly. Have you met Livia? Now, she just stands... Whatever you like. Ugh. You know... I'll get... As a matter of... I'm happy to tell you all about it, but so... How... Simple. It's a one-way trip, and I'm not... I think of it... Well, I can't tell you to... Ha! I just try not to think... Oh... You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns. handsome. You stay away from my money! Vote for Matt. Unless you want me to
Cerberus
slip
lifts
some
his
hemlock
triple
into your
head
next drink
and lets out
Get
his
out.
threefold braying.
Vivian, would you stop muttering like a deer over a cold drink? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again.
Welcome.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune. Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Ah, I hear we... Well... You would zap it once? Oh. Some, which means, and I'm... Good, the first... I'm good, it's best. The help... You mean the givens away? Unfortunately, you see, there's an orbit, and of course we can't get inside because it's... So we're all left wondering, unless... Oof. Nice.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
And you've... Oh my, I suppose you... Older. I see. I wonder if... I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns. Good. Thank you. I just don't want... You have? Then what is it? Yes, I suppose that could be some. What else? Yes, what else? Keep asking people how they wound up here. Livia's fate, what... Come back to me.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors. Her name's Why? When Malleolus... I think it... We've already lined up the votes in. What?
What is it, sir? I'm a legionary of the First Italica. But I act as the Magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his... I also keep... I'm from Liguria, up north originally. Not anymore. My commander sent Lee to deliver a message to Rome. That's when the crowd started flooding through. Then some Genetricum Fugitor tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowd, blacked out, and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up. Ah, don't be. That said, I don't see why not. Of course. He's one of the better commanders. Treat you an inferior, as you would wish. Can't ask for much more than that. All right?
Shalom, friend. Scintilla... All right. One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Malleolus's villa, I wasn't allowed out. So once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her. Standing in the garden of the Magistrate's villa, I just sat there on the roof, listening to her with my chin on my knees. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me, and from the moment she asked my name with this warmth and curiosity, and so for weeks on end, each night we'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her. They said she'd vanished in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and all I know is she loved me. She'd never have taken her own life. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Somebody. My guess? Mally. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in... I've never seen the inside of it. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow... Really? I feel like I've looked everywhere. First, the palace. If the only other place you could be is somewhere in the Cistern network. I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around in the upper... All right, friend.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Isn't the great temple Ave again? And that it's as I feared. You mentioned earlier, you met a young woman in the forest named Karen, yes? I see. And because I've seen her before, there's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths. What? How could you know that? And why are you talking? Please, go and stop him, and come back to me once we're no longer in danger.
Well, next stream we'll figure out how to do that. But for now, thank you for joining me in my cozy little tavern, and I hope you have a great evening, morning, midday, whatever time it is for you. Thank you so much.